stuff that he think I don't know about. Or he think he got one up on me. I don't know. He think he got a mole somewhere. I told him I got.
The boxing world has been shaken to its core as news breaks that Tank Davis has been placed in federal remand over allegations of match fixing in his controversial bout against Lamont Roach Jr. Just days after rumors of an investigation began to surface, the situation has taken a more serious and troubling turn.
Hopefully the commission gets this right. It was a bummer not being declared the winner on a technicality that could be righted, that wrong could be righted, obviously, in different...
Reports suggest that referee Steve Willis has provided crucial information supporting claims of match fixing in the fight. Fans and analysts had already questioned how the bout ended in a majority draw, despite Roach seemingly doing enough to win. Now, with federal authorities involved, those suspicions appear to have been well-founded.
I think Lamont Roach, I think he landed more punches throughout the fight. I think Tank was used to, figuring it out, having that slow start, figuring it out around the third, fourth round.
From the moment the final bell rang, controversy surrounded the result. Roach had outworked Davis in several rounds, with many believing he deserved a clear victory. But then came the 9th round, the moment that raised alarms. In a shocking turn, Davis took a knee mid-action, prompting referee Steve Willis to begin a count. However, midway through, Willis abruptly changed his mind, waved it off, and ruled it was not a knockdown. That single decision altered the entire outcome. Had Willis counted it as a knockdown, Roach would have won the round 10-8, potentially securing victory on the scorecards. Instead, with the call favoring Davis, the fight ended in a draw, leaving Roach stunned and fans outraged.
No. What's your thoughts when you first heard that?
When that they wasn't going to overturn it?
Yeah.
I mean, I expected that. I don't really see them doing that. Tank is too big of an attraction. New York, I felt like...
Davis's explanation for taking a knee was nothing short of bizarre. He claimed that his freshly greased hair caused sweat to drip into his eyes, burning them and forcing him to kneel. Fans widely mocked the excuse, calling it one of the most ridiculous they had ever heard from a fighter. Critics pointed out that fighters deal with sweat and blood in their eyes all the time, yet none simply dropped to a knee mid-fight. Roach was furious after the bout, stating, "If you take a knee, that's a knockdown. That's just the rules. The ref started counting, so why did he stop? They stole this from me." His team wasted no time filing an official complaint with the New York State Athletic Commission, demanding a full review of the fight and its officiating. But the controversy was far from over.
He take a knee. You need to lose like 10-8 that round at least, no? And plus the corner go up and put a towel in the face. That's a disqualification for sure. I'm talking about
What made matters even worse was a chilling remark Davis allegedly made to Roach on fight night: "They ain't going to give it to you." At the time, many assumed he was referring to the usual boxing politics, where the A-side fighter often gets the benefit of the doubt. But in light of the match-fixing allegations, that statement now carries a far more sinister implication. Did Davis already know the outcome before the fight even began? Was the result predetermined? These questions have now sparked a full-scale federal investigation.
To me, I thought I won the fight clearly. I thought I won a close fight. I thought I won a very competitive fight. Okay. I'm not saying I steamrolled him or whatever.
The feds got involved after Roach's legal team enlisted high-profile attorneys who pushed for a deeper investigation into the fight's outcome. They highlighted suspicious betting activity in the lead-up to the bout, with an unusual amount of money being placed on a draw, one of the rarest results in boxing. The sheer volume of these bets raised major red flags. Investigators began probing whether inside information had been leaked to bettors who knew in advance that the fight would end in a draw. Then came the biggest bombshell, the revelation that referee Steve Willis had provided key information to authorities.
It should have been a knockdown, one. So that's why I'm yelling at the referee, like, keep counting, like, you tripping, keep counting, that's a knockdown. Because if y'all didn't notice...
While the full details of Willis's statements remain undisclosed, sources indicate that he confirmed external influences affected his decisions during the fight. That revelation was enough for federal agents to take action against Davis. The arrest shocked the boxing world. Though Davis has faced legal troubles before, this could be the most serious situation of his career.
I've been knowing Lamont since we was kids, so we came up in amateurs together. So I knew Lamont was serious.
If the allegations are proven true, Davis could face more than just a suspension. He could be looking at criminal charges that might land him behind bars. Boxing insiders are already debating the impact on his career. Some believe this could mark the beginning of the end, while others think his team, led by Al Haymon and premier boxing champions, will fight to protect him. But even if he avoids legal trouble, the damage to his reputation may be irreversible.
I feel like when my back is against the wall or against the ropes, it's like, it's time to show up. So it wasn't really hard for me to focus because all I had to do was...
Social media has erupted with reactions to the news as fighters and boxing personalities weigh in. Devin Haney, one of Davis's biggest rivals, wasted no time mocking him, posting, "Damn, first he fakes injuries to duck fights, now he's fixing fights. Ain't no way y'all still rocking with this dude." Oscar De La Hoya, a longtime critic of Davis, tweeted, "I've been saying it for years, Tank is protected. The truth always comes out." Even veteran boxing analyst Teddy Atlas, known for his no-nonsense takes, called the situation a disgrace to the sport.
I'm still rooting with him. I saw the negativity and people, critics talking, but I think he's one hell of a fighter, and I think he's still the...
To make matters worse, Davis's name has been removed from multiple boxing rankings. Ring magazine officially dropped him from their pound-for-pound list, replacing him with David Benavidez. The backlash is already impacting his career, and if the investigation uncovers more evidence, things could spiral further. There's growing speculation that the New York State Athletic Commission may revisit and void the fight result entirely, potentially declaring Roach the rightful winner. If that happens, Davis wouldn't just lose his status as one of boxing's top fighters, he could also be stripped of his championship belts.
Reverse the result of your fight.
Yeah.
Should they reverse the result of that fight as well?
It just depends. Like if that changes the whole fight, if that gives Roach a victory, give him the victory. That's how you keep the integrity of the sport, right? That's why they suspended me, right? To keep the integrity.
Davis sits in remand awaiting his next legal hearing. The question remains, can he fight his way out of this, or is this the moment that ends his career? If the feds have enough evidence to charge him with match fixing, he could be facing not just a ban from boxing, but actual jail time. Some are already drawing comparisons to past boxing scandals, likening it to accusations that Floyd Mayweather manipulated judges and referees. But while Mayweather was never caught in anything this serious, Davis may not be so fortunate. If the allegations hold, he could become the biggest scandal in modern boxing history.
He caught me with a good shot, but it was times that I sat in there with him and I'm like, damn, this guy like super slow. Well, not super slow, but he's slow, and I could have took advantage of. I think I was boxing too much in the beginning, and when I failed.
Gervonta Davis is in deeper trouble than anyone expected, and the boxing world is now divided. Can he bounce back, or is his career permanently damaged? One of his past opponents, Rolando Romero, believes Tank can recover in a rematch, but his comments have sparked controversy. Speaking to The Ring, Romero claimed Davis has the ability to adjust and secure a win next time, adding that Roach's performance was so surprising that even Hain might not have expected it. That statement raised eyebrows. Was Romero implying Roach got lucky? Because if there's one thing the boxing world agrees on, it wasn't luck, and it wasn't a fluke. Roach was the better man that night.
You lost that fight. I mean, the only reason they gave you the fight was because you would make more money as a champion, but there's no way it's a draw, and they didn't call the knockdown. If they called a knockdown...
Roach outboxed Davis and would have won if not for the questionable officiating. But with Davis now under federal investigation for match fixing, Romero's comments take on an even deeper meaning. Romero made it sound like Roach's performance was a once-in-a-lifetime display, something he could never replicate. But was it really? Roach didn't just land a few lucky punches. He controlled large portions of the fight, made Davis uncomfortable, and exposed weaknesses no one had truly tested before.
that people want to discredit Tank, and he's still a pound for pound fighter.
Yeah. What do you think about that fight that happened? You thought it was just an off night, or?
Everybody has an off night. Everybody has an off night. Shit, I had a off night with Cruz.
Romero downplaying that could be his way of protecting his own loss to Davis. After all, if Roach, a fighter never considered elite, was able to trouble Davis this much, what does that say about Romero, who was knocked out by Davis in the 6th round of their 2022 fight?
Punches are being thrown, it has to be a knockdown. I've heard some people saying, oh, that, you know, he should be disqualified, he went back to the corner. I don't buy that, to be honest with you. I mean, I think that's a warning, but it's a bit of a bizarre situation. For me, like, there was a lot of people in boxing